everyone, and welcome back to Destiny Tunes. It's Destiny here. So before starting this video, let me just wish a happy belated Mother's Day to all of the mothers and mother figures out there in the world who have given everything physically, mentally, emotionally to help raise generation after generation of human beings. The love and the strength of a mother is something that I have yet to understand, but to be able to do what you women do is something I will forever praise and strive for. Thank you for sacrificing so much in the name of motherhood. One single day could never be enough to celebrate all of the wonders that you do every day. So thank you. We love you, mothers. So today I want to talk about an animated short film titled If I Raised My Mother. I stumbled across this late last night and I knew I wouldn't have enough time to cover it on Mother's Day itself, but I felt like it was appropriate given the fact that Mother's Day just passed and it is very Mother's Day coded. Now, I don't tend to talk a lot about my personal life here on this page, as it is a channel that is dedicated solely to animation, but it has truly been so long since I have connected so strongly with a piece of artwork, and this animated short film not only spoke to me, but truly touched my heart in a way that I never expected a video on YouTube could. If I Could Raise My Mother is a 2D animated short film that explores the hardships and saddening cycles that come with generational trauma, but also the internal compassion and maternal feelings that come with wanting better for our mothers. In this short film, the relationship between mother and daughter are explored specifically, and I feel that there is an overwhelming amount of daughters out there in the world that not only think about what their mother's life could have been, also sympathize with their mothers heavily, with wishing their mothers could have had a life different than the ones that they are living. The short film starts off very lighthearted, with the daughter bringing up things like wanting to prevent her mother from getting in trouble for drawing instead of focusing on her schoolwork, or not getting mad at her mother for forgetting her lunch containers at school. But the tone of the short film slowly starts to change as the wishes she has for her mother start to touch on more sensitive topics like skin complexion, body image, and emotional connections. It wasn't until recently that I started to understand the tricky reality of things like generational trauma and what it looked like in terms of growing up the way I did and the way that I perceived different relationships throughout my life. I don't really know much about the way that my mother was raised, but I feel like in most cases you can get a slight understanding of the way that your parents' childhood was through the ways that they parented you. And as I got older and started to understand this more, my heart was not only saddened for her, but also for me as well, as I also received the blunt of the things that my mother didn't get growing up. There was a line in the short film that made me get really teary-eyed. There were even parts that made me full-on cry as soon as I heard them, because as soon as I understood what this animated short film was really about, there was one specific incident that popped up in my mind, and I really wondered if they would mention something like it in the short film, and they did. I wish I raised my mother so I could have told her every day that she's beautiful and that I love her. Hearing the characters speak these words alongside the music playing in the background really got me feeling emotional. These lines may seem like basic things you would say to someone you love, but for some people, words like "you're beautiful" and "I love you" are things that they didn't get to hear from their parents, and because of that, they grew up to be the sort of people who struggle to say these things to other people, even their own children. Just last year, I had a conversation with my mom where I asked her if my grandmother was loving towards her growing up, and my mom responded by saying no, she wasn't. She wanted to know why I had asked her this, and it was because after 28 years of not having an affectionate relationship with her, I needed to know why. I wanted to know why she wasn't compassionate towards me. Like, I understood that she loved me. Some things don't need to be explained. But when you have a mom who didn't grow up with someone telling her how beautiful she was every day or saying that they loved her every day, I don't think that I could have expected her to do the same for me. And unfortunately, that is the biggest burden that comes with generational trauma. At the end of the short film, the daughter says the line, "I hope that in some universe out there, my mother raised me the same way." I loved that this line was included because it shows us, the viewers, that we can have sympathy for our mothers while simultaneously wanting those same things for ourselves. My mother is one of the strongest people that I know, but if I raised her, I would let her know that it is also okay to be soft. If I raised my mom, I would ensure her that asking for help doesn't mean that you are weak or a burden. If I raised my mom, I would hug her in my arms and tell her how much I adore her. I could only hope that there is a universe somewhere out there where my mom would have raised me the same way. With so many Mother's Day dedications out there that praise and glorify motherhood, it feels so refreshing to stumble across a short film like If I Raised My Mother that explores things like generational trauma and the connections that it has with motherhood itself. This is a short film that is going to have you in deep feelings. It's going to make you want to reflect on your childhood, but most importantly, it's going to make you want to take strides in order to break these generational curses and write a far better story, not only for your future children, if you decide to have them, but for the child within you that is lacking the things that neither you or your parents were given growing up. If you haven't already checked out If I Raised My Mother, please go do it now. I will make sure that it is linked in my description box below. And also be sure to give your mother a little grace, especially if you feel like either you or her could relate to a short film like this one. I absolutely loved this short film. Although the duration time wasn't very long at all, I feel like it did an amazing job of conveying its message in a way that was not only pleasing to the eye and ear, but also in a way that touched your heart and will definitely keep you thinking about it throughout the day. Now, before ending this video, I just want to give a little message to my mom. If you ever come across this video, which isn't very likely, I just want to say that I love you, you are beautiful, and you are worthy of every good thing that has ever happened in your life. Thank you for being the best at literally everything and showing me that you are definitely capable of being both mom and dad. To celebrate you today and every single day is something that I promise to always do. Thank you, and to all of the other mothers out there, just want to say another happy Mother's Day. Thank you for everything that you do. You are Earth's living, breathing superheroes. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. If you liked it, make sure that you give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video in the future. Thanks guys. Bye.